Although now is a really exciting time to be a Nintendo fan, it's also a particular time as well. With a potential impending direct and also with a looming potential announcement of next-gen hardware, Nintendo fans have so many things to look forward to. That's why today I not only want to talk about the things everybody else is talking about, but also the things they're not talking about. First off, why can't people shut up about a February direct? How do they know? Basically, this comes from the past 3 directs being in February, and not only that, the past 2 February directs has been on the first week of February on a Wednesday. So for all of those people that are saying that there's going to be a February direct, they're not that crazy for saying it. They have all the reason to believe so. But with that being said, there's something a little weird that happened the other day. Seemingly out of the blue, Nintendo announces new costumes for Princess Peach Showtime. And not only that, they also show off some pink Joy-Cons that are, as they describe, in honor of the Princess Peach Showtime game. And as far as we know, Princess Peach Showtime is the only, original game coming to Switch this year for Nintendo. Other than that, it's just remakes and ports. Not only that, they also announced that there was going to be a Zelda concert on February 9th, and there's also going to be a Splatoon concert coming up too. Then the announcement spree also doesn't even end there. They also decided to give us the release date for the new Splatoon 3 DLC side order. And finally, they announced that F099 will be getting a big update that will include things like, the private lobbies and stuff that people really have been wanting. And it's really suspicious that they're announcing all these things right now because realistically, none of these things I just mentioned wouldn't have fit perfectly in a Nintendo Direct. So it kind of just begs the question, are we even going to be getting a Direct? But before answering that question, let me just say something real quick. The typical viewer doesn't even get 30 seconds within a video before leaving. So if you made it to this point, hey, my name's Adrian and I post weekly Nintendo videos. So if you're enjoying the video so far and Nintendo content's your thing, please consider liking it and subscribing, and now back to the video. So yeah, do I personally believe that Nintendo's going to be doing a Direct in February? Yeah, of course I do, and if Nintendo is smart, I think they should do it as well. Of course, Nintendo's only ever going to talk and announce about the new hardware once they're ready, but people, let's be real, are onto them. Because even if you look even further beyond the past 3 years, Nintendo has always historically had a Direct around this time of year anyways for the beginning of the year. So clearly, if they don't do one, something else must be brewing in the background because Nintendo as a company can't just be doing nothing. So that's why if they kind of just don't do anything, it definitely is a moment to raise eyebrows. But let's talk about a few outcomes of this situation. Starting off with what I think is the most plausible situation where we do see a Nintendo Direct this month. But in the situation that there is a Direct in February, I do think there's 2 different outcomes. In this first situation, some people have been saying that the Direct is going to be packed brim with announcements. The reason why they're saying that is because this is supposed to be a quote-unquote cleanup Direct, basically finishing off the Switch generation and announcing anything that might be left for it. Although theoretically that's not impossible, I don't think it's the most likely situation. So I'm not sure if it's just because people are trying to pry off of the hype and, make people be really excited for this, but I don't think it's something we should be expecting. And not only do I think it's not something we should be expecting, I think it's something we hope doesn't happen. Let me explain. Nintendo already said in the past that they really want a smooth transition to one generation to another. And if we're really in this time, it doesn't make sense for Nintendo to be announcing all these games for Switch. And also, even though I technically don't have any proof of this is just a speculation, but I think if they do announce a lot of games, it pretty much deconfirms the backwards compatibility of the next system. Now, I will be returning to this point, but to better explain it, I need to explain the next outcome where maybe the Direct is on the slimmer side. Now, I think if Nintendo still wants to postpone announcing the next gen hardware, they should still make a longer Direct, but maybe lighter in the announcements. Because typically, Directs, full-size Directs, are anywhere between 35 and 45 minutes. So if Nintendo just plain out announces a Direct Mini, people are gonna start speculating even more. But whether it's a full-size Direct with, lighter announcements or a really action-packed Nintendo Direct Mini, I think it works in a counterpoint to a Direct with a lot of games. Now, let me go finish explaining what I didn't finish earlier. If Nintendo doesn't announce a lot of games for Switch, this means in the next Direct, they can still, slide in a few games that could come for Switch down the line, meaning they can theoretically support the Switch a little longer, making some customers happy, but also if you do choose to upgrade to the Switch 2, I'm just gonna call it the Switch 2 for now, I know there's nothing confirmed with names and stuff, well, nothing confirmed in general really, but for those who do decide to upgrade to the next console, if it's backwards compatible, you can still enjoy any games that are coming out for Switch. And of course, once the new console is out, Nintendo's naturally going to start focusing their attention on marketing the new system, but it can still be a really good selling point of saying, hey, the backlog of games you never finished and your ginormous library of games will be able to follow you over to the next generation. I'm personally a visual learner, so I'll just quickly prop up a graph here on the screen, so just to make sure that my point is getting across. Basically, on the top line, you can see there's a distinctive line between the console's lives. So basically, in this case where they announce a lot of games, it means they really just want to get everything out and done with the Switch before completely just moving on to Switch 2. Whereas if they hold a few things, to have a few things left in the canon, the Switch's life can go a little bit into the Switch's 2 life, and the Switch 2 can also coincide with the original Switch for a limited time. And personally, when I hear Nintendo say we're looking to do a smooth transition, this is what I have in mind. I'd be very curious to see what your guys' opinion is on this, so please let me know in the comments. Now, it's like I said, I personally do anticipate seeing a Nintendo Direct this month, and if the pattern continues, theoretically we should be seeing it in, this upcoming week. Because of that, I already have my whole Direct predictions video already filmed, edited, and ready to go. So the very second Nintendo announces it, hopefully on Tuesday, I will make that video public. So I really hope there is a Direct, because that way it means I didn't do a video for nothing. But yeah, with all that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, so if you haven't already and you made it all the way here, please consider liking and subscribing, and make sure to let me know down in the comments if you think we're going to be seeing a Direct in February or not. But yeah, until next time, 話你好